Here is how to Shaman tank Onyxia. That's right, Shaman tank. I am a Shaman. You see my Earth Shock right here. You see my Storm Strike. I am a Shaman tank, and this was an unknown to the guild thing I was doing. So I'm going to set the stage for what this is and how to do this. And then I'll do a full playthrough of the fight and show actually how I tanked Onyxia in phase 3. You could tank Onyxia in phase 1 if you wanted to, and they have the warriors wait, but it's in general, just have the main tanks, tank it like normal. And shamans, as enhancement shamans or secret enhancement shaman tanks, can do this. Probably talked to your guild leader before. I did talk to my guild leader about me being able to do this and having the possibility. We had a full group. We were going to do splits. I might not have done this if it was a split and you can try and make focus on damage. But this is a viable strategy that I'm showing right now for a shaman to be able to grab Onyxia in phase 3 and save people, because as we all know, she lands, and if a tank doesn't have her and then all this kind of stuff, warriors, you're going to see this also happening too. Warriors trying to do this are limited in a way because they can't really attack her in the air, whereas shamans during phase 2 while Onyxia's flying around, we can max rank Earth Shock, we can Storm Strike, we can do all these things while she's in the air to really build a ton of threat and put us where we want to. For whenever she lands, we can be able to grab her, like you're going to see. I grab her within probably about 5 to 8 seconds or so. I grab her, so it is a balancing act. This is hard to do as far as the threat game of this is concerned, but here is how you can try and do this as well, or how the whole thing worked. So to set the stage, we just finished Molten Core, and you can see my buffs up here. They're running out. I got 3 minutes left on a couple of things. I do have a rallying call of Dragon Slayer, but I don't have all my world buffs. A lot of them have fallen off after all the other stuff that we were doing. But now you could have more world buffs. The more world buffs and consumables you have, the more in control of your own threat you are, and you can control how much threat you can pump out, because obviously you're roided out with all your buffs. So right now I'm moderately buffed, and my gear, this is the big thing, the gear you have, you want to pretty much think PvP gear. That's kind of the headspace you want to be in. Not leather. You want to have mail gear with some decent stamina and damage on it. It's kind of like the 50-50 split. If anything, more towards damage, because you do want to be able to have the threat in the first place, right? So having pretty much my PvP set of gear, no Devil Sword, legs and hands for the percent hit. I did think I have about 6% hit. When I do these videos again in the future, I will show like a gear loadout of kind of what's going on there too. I have about 6% hit, and all mail gear, some PvP gear, some other regular standard mail pieces, and I'm ready to go. So I could, just as a full DPS only, I could be absolutely fine. And that's the other nice benefit here, is you're not technically nerfing your damage too much, except for in phase 1, because you're still going to be pumping, you're still wearing your full DPS gear. It's not like you're wearing tank gear to do this. I did not have a single piece of tank gear on. It was all DPS gear, but just, a little bit more stam on it. So that's the gear. How you do this, there's 3 phases to Onyxia. On the ground, everyone's kind of chilling, letting the tank get threat and stuff, and you're kind of chilling. I want to make sure I have mana. I'm not trying to pump a bunch of mana into phase 2, because here is the threat game. The game is you cannot be too high on threat, because if you're too high on threat, if you don't know this about Onyxia, the threat table that's established in phase 1, there's a certain amount of people on the threat table. As she goes and flies up into phase 2, she is going to target the highest threat and fireball them, and it drops their threat to 0, wipes their threat clean. So if you're too high, then you're going to get dropped to the bottom, and now it's going to be a lot harder for you to work your way back up. You're going to go, all that kind of stuff, right? So where you want to be is about 50%. And it's really dependent on your group's damage and how many people. Really, it's your group's damage, which obviously increases the more people you have. We have 36 people. So my estimate right there for 36 people was 50%. I wanted to go right at 50%. And if you have less people or less damage and phase 2 is taking longer, the longer phase 2 takes, the more people that she can go through on that threat phase. And the less people you have, the fewer people that are on that list in the first place for her to be able to go through. So that's honestly the game that I'm going to keep playing. I'll probably make another one of these as far as the strategy there. But I wanted to shoot for 50% threat that I wanted to just stay at, so that I could, in the phase 1 going into phase 2, so that I could be in a good spot where she can fireball, and then get to me. And we'll see. I was 4 people away from being in the absolute perfect spot. But we'll talk about that too. So that's the game you want to try and play. So phase 1, I have Wind Fury on my 2-handed weapon, and I got my simple totems down, and I'm just auto attacking. And you'll see me. Let's go ahead and get started with it right here. So I am right here, auto attacking, good to go. And everything's smooth, everything's chill. I'm not putting casting abilities off cooldown. I'm at like 13% threat right here. And I'm okay, here we go. I gotta get up there. So I did a Storm Strike, Max Rank Earth Shock, and another Earth Shock, right? So I'm trying to get up there to that 50%. I'm at 30% right now. Just chilling on DPS. I'm not doing any sort of crazy totem twist or anything like that. And I got my Mana Spring totem down. We're good. And now here we go. Phase 2 starts. I am going all in. I'm trying to get to that 50%. I got to 47%. I'm in the max rank Earth Shock. Here we go. And I hit another attack and I stop. I'm at 55% threat, which is exactly where I wanted to be. I have max rank Earth Shock up with Nightfall proc. I have a Nightfall as far as the two-hander goes. I could get a pretty nice little Earth Shock in right here, but I don't. I choose not to. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm at 55%. Walk away from her. I could still be damaging. I walk away from her. I go to the whelps. I'm helping out the whelps now. So that is the mindset of I want to get to 50%. Okay, cool. Stop. Help with whelps. I'm not going to spend mana on the whelps. I'm just going to auto attack the whelps. Help get these out. And then I'm really trying to wrap up these whelps so that we can get over to Onyxia and I can see where I'm at threat wise. So I'm helping out. Cool. And as soon as this is finished, heal myself. Make sure you're a shaman. We can heal ourselves, especially if we have this mana. So here we go. Onyxia. There he is. There she is. 37%. And I'm at 50. I'm at 68% threat because as people are getting tacked off. So you can see as I target her right here, I'm at 55%, and she's hacking through people. Alpha is one of the feral druids, and they're about to get bonked out, and they're gone now. And so now if I do this again, also have a bigger threat meter. I need to expand the threat meter so I can see more people, so I can really see where I'm at. Is one thing I would also change real quick. But now I'm starting to shock again. And I want to get to 100%. I want to get closer to 100% because I'm looking at it. She's at 36%. So it's go time, baby. It's go time. I don't know if you also noticed this, but I'm going to put on Rockbiter now. So I had Wind Fury on my two-handed weapon. Rockbiter is your tank weapon. Also, if you saw me click there, I apologize. I hate clicking. I preach against it. After this, I immediately switched my keybinds to where Shift Scroll Up is Wind Fury on weapon, and Control Scroll Mouse Wheel Up is Rockbiter on weapon. So that's not going to be an issue anymore. But I now she's landing. It is go time. I have to go all out, which I should have probably got another Earth Shock in there a little bit sooner because I'm 4 people away, right? But you're gonna see how quickly shamans can climb this with a Rockbiter on a two-hander, especially if you have a good two-hander, is a lot of threat. And I'm Storm Strike, Max Rank Earth Shock to try and get threat back. So here we go. I got my two-hander on. We're rocking. And there's the fear. I have my trimmer down. We're good. I'm hitting. She's a little all over the place. So people are getting health. People are getting cleave. People are getting low health. Right. I'm right here. I'm trying to. I should probably. Side note. Should probably go behind her so that we can or in that little pocket, so not to get tail whipped, not to get cleaved in the front. But I am going all out. I am now third. I got 2 people in front of me. I'm still going all out. She's breathing on the raid. We're trying to save it. I'm low on health. I don't care. I got her. Right. So I was low on health. I thought about doing a quick little lesser heal, but everybody's running around. It's been a little bit. I got to do it. So then I max rank Earth Shock, instantly snapped her back. And as you can see on the threat table, boom, there we go. We got her. Right. Now I'm at 25% health. It's a little rough right there, but this is why we wear the metal gear. And another quick keybind, control mouse wheel scroll back. Sword and shield, right? So you see I immediately have the shield equipped, and I take a hit, and I'm at 7%. So again, took a solid hit. I was already at 25%, took a hit. It's not like I got instantly squashed. So there's where the mail guild comes in, there's where the shield comes in. But now I have my two-hander on, and I do need to use Rockbiter. Pro tip, put Rockbiter on your weapon before the fight starts. So switch to your two-hander, or switch to your one-hander, put Rockbiter on, and then you can switch back to your two-hander. But anyway, so I do have to spend 1 global to get that Rockbiter on my weapon right away, to make sure I have Rockbiter. I have her, and I need to quickly. At this point, I was just excited. I was like, "Yes, let's go! We did it!" And everything's fine. I'm making sure I have threat. So right now, with my threat being so good, As you can see, the warriors right here, there's Jackie and Valorius. They were popping Recklessness and Death Wish to try and get her back. They did that on purpose. But if a shaman can come in here and do this, we got it, right? Right. So teamwork right here. So we have her. I was in the mindset of just threat. So what I should do, and what I will do next time, if you have a nice threat lead like this is a pretty nice threat lead. If you have a nice threat lead, make sure that Tremor Totem's down. Make sure Stone Skin. You can switch to Stone Skin Totem, but then the fears are going to affect you and all that kind of stuff. So you probably want to stay away from that. I do actually drop a Stone Skin Totem because I was just in tank mode, but you need to keep the Tremor Totem down. You could put a Grace of Air down to have the extra agility, dodge, crit, and all that kind of stuff. Put your Mana Spring or Healing Stream down if your tank gear is not as good. I would probably put Mana Stream down, and then here we go, right? Realistically, though, with this short of a time window, I think Healing Stream probably would be the best bet as far as establishing. I have threat. I have a good threat lead. Let's put some totems down, right? I was focusing on pumping threat. So I got her now, and we're good. We're right next to all the other tanks and stuff, but they don't even know. They're like, wait, what's this shaman doing with us? What's this shaman doing up here? So it was fun in the comms and Discord afterwards. That's really the only big hit that I ever even take right there. Is the only time where I took right there, but pretty fine. I'm out of mana now, but it doesn't really matter. I have some solid threat going. We're here, we're good, and she dies. There's the breath, everything's fine, and we're done. Boom, falls with the shaman tank. I was super excited too. But that was a blast. We had a little kick out of it in Discord as well. But the spec that I was not a tank spec shaman. If I was a tank spec shaman, I'd be even more durable and all that kind of stuff. I was I think 19, 32, 0 as far as the spec goes. I had the full standard, enhancement shaman talents. Along the way, I did pick up like a couple points in avoidance and maybe some armor points and stuff to be able to go all the way down. And then I had all the elemental talents, where I had all the elemental things to do the elemental fury, where you have the crit, the spells. When you crit on a spell, you get melee crit. I had a full-blown melee enhancement two-hander DPS shaman build, and I was able to tank Onyxia. And you just have the right gear on, you throw the shield on, you're able to do it. You're not like griefing people on damage, you're doing damage the whole time. The only time I wasn't is when I had a sword and shield on, tanking Onyxia, which is, in my opinion, more valuable, keeping people alive and keeping their buffs alive and making sure no one dies. That's more important than I could have done more damage if I wore the leather gear and I kept Wind Fury up and all these other types of things. I think keeping people safe was what my goal was, and it worked out pretty well. And I want to share it here with you guys. So I will do more of these, especially as I dial in, maybe learn some more tips and tricks and do a really clean Onyxia video. I'll show the gear and all that kind of stuff beforehand too. So sick.